Hey everyone, happy Monday. Angela here, Success Coach. I'm so excited about our topic today. Today we're going to be talking about 4 tips for perfectionists who procrastinate. That's a mouthful, but I want to talk to those people who are so ambitious and, just really have this maybe type A, you're wanting to achieve and you're wanting it to be perfect, right? When you do everything, when you produce content or your business or how you show up or how you show up at work, right? Projects, whatever that may be. So I want to first ask, who feels the pressure to be perfect and then procrastinate? So if you feel that pressure to be perfect, you might be trying to do something, accomplish something, and then you notice that you're putting it off or procrastinating. Raise your hand, put me in the comments. I want to know who else identifies just like me, right? I'm a recovering perfectionist over here. So this has been me on so many occasions, right? So this is normal. I want to just normalize that, right? This is normal, especially for us high achievers, right? I think ambitious people, we want to really give it our all, give it 110%. And that's awesome, that's great, but that comes with a lot of pressure, right? And so we need to really take a look at that. Especially when the thing, is important to us. We really want it to do a good job. It makes sense. And sometimes we can get wrapped up in this fear of failure, this fear of rejection, this fear of not feeling good enough, aka imposter syndrome, if you've heard that term before. So we really can get wrapped up in those things when we're thinking about, I have to produce this perfect thing. And, I have a personal example of this. It took me a really long time to start my first business, which was a therapy practice. Even though I had a lot of direct experience, counseling others, I really doubted myself at first. I got a little nervous. I was nervous that I wasn't going to do a great job. And some of the ways that shows up is instead of saying, okay, everyone, I'm starting this, following the paperwork right away, right? I thought about it. I kind of went back and forth with myself. I spent entirely too long on my website, right? So finding other distractions instead of doing the direct inspired action that I needed to do. I kind of put off the inevitable of opening the doors, so to speak, to my business. So, if you're a high achiever, but you're experiencing kind of that failure to launch scenario, maybe whether you're trying to launch a business or, even if you're trying to put something out there, you have amazing ideas to share, with your team, with your company, this is for you. So I want you to listen on. I've got some tips on how to help with this. So, because procrastination, right, it's kind of like one of those things where we all experience that at some point, whether that's schoolwork or whatever, right, projects around the house. So it may not feel like a completely big deal, but when it comes to your professional or personal life, you could be missing out on some very important things. So you could be missing out, especially in the work world, on potential income. So me delaying open my doors was impacting potential income, revenue, sources. Number 2, I was missing an opportunity to make a bigger impact. So the longer I waited, the less people I was able to serve and support, right? You're not living in alignment with your dream or desires. So starting a business was something that I had always wanted to do, especially in the counseling field. I was really excited to do that. And so I really wasn't living in alignment because I wasn't following that dream. So it really, kind of took the toll on that way, with my joy and my happiness as well. And then also you could be potentially operating on these unrealistic expectations, which we may realize can lead us to that burnout, that stress and that overwhelm, right? And that shuts everything down. We kind of go off in a spiral and we don't make those next steps towards success. So here are the 4 ways that you can move out of procrastination to success. So here we go. Number 1, I want you to create your vision. So where are you trying to go? What are you trying to do? And why is that? What is your why for this, right? What are the outcomes and what's the why? We got to really connect to that on multiple occasions. I always talk to my clients about when we set a vision, when we do a thorough process to create what that vision looks like, even if you already know, we kind of do some updates, we just kind of make it very clear. And if you have already kind of mapped that out, that's fine. But we just want to be clear and we want to revisit that because these things can change, right? We can have some shifts there. But I want you to create your vision and understand, we need to know where you're going and why that is. Otherwise, what's the point, right? So we kind of got to help ourselves get that motivation as well. And we want to put that in perspective, right? We want to put that number one. All right, number two, I want you to listen to your intuition. So tap in to what is your body telling you? What are your thoughts and feelings your mind's telling you? If you have a gut instinct, I really want you to go for it and trust it. And if that's a difficult thing for you, I know some people have posed that question of, how do I know whether to trust my instinct or not? Is this right? And kind of that overthinking comes in. We can definitely talk more about that. And I have more videos too that you can check out to learn more about that. But we do want to listen to that gut instinct. So for me, it was, you need to go and create this business for yourself. And it was a really strong instinct to do that. However, it just was kind of putting that off. But when we do trust our instinct and quickly, we quit wasting our time, right? We shorten the gap between the instinct, the thought, the goal, right? And the action and the outcome. So definitely listening to that. Number three, I want you to check your expectations. So are your expectations realistic? Is it realistic for me to want to be the complete perfect therapist, or coach and say the exact right thing in every moment? That's not going to happen, right? That's just not how we are. We are imperfect, right, as humans, and that's okay. So being able to, know that we can't be perfect. We can't be perfect all of the time, right? If ever. So we really have to lean on that and know that it is okay. And I want you to also think about the term of failure, because I think that's often treated as a dirty word. It is okay to fail. We need to retweak that into, let's let that be a learning opportunity, right? Failure does not have to be bad or say anything about our worth. It can be part of our learning journey and how we bounce back and how we move forward, and even enhance and improve our systems, right? Our systems for doing the work that we do on a daily basis. So those realistic expectations are so important to have. Sometimes we need somebody else to help us check those because we may not have that. We may have a different standard, right, than everybody else. And we often hold ourselves to a really intense, more critical standard than other people hold us to. So we got to check that sometimes, right? And then number four is going to be shift your mindset to take that inspired action. So again, do it even if you're afraid. I've been in multiple groups where mentors say, do it ugly, right? So that was like such a great thing for me to hear. Do it ugly, do it afraid, right? It gives us permission to go ahead and take that action, no matter what it looks like. Even if we don't feel ready, we want to do that so that we take the step and we know how it feels to do it, and we know that it's going to be okay, even if it's not 100% perfect. It really takes the pressure off. So I want to share that with you because I think that was such a helpful lesson for me to learn, that we can do it afraid, do it ugly. It doesn't have to be perfect. It is totally okay, but we do need to take that action to move forward, or else we're not going anywhere, right? We stay stuck. And when we stay stuck, that kind of really contributes to that spiral of burnout, overwhelm, self-doubt, right? We just kind of keep cycling that. So the more that we can take that inspired action, the better. And that helps us become more confident and be able to achieve our goals and success more often. So, my mission is to help individuals reach their goals, right? And be successful, whatever that means to you. We also need to define what success is to each of us, right? Because it's different for each of us. But I really want to help individuals overcome the things that are, keeping them doubting themselves, overwhelming themselves, and feeling that burnout, right? So what I've done for the next steps with this, I hope this was helpful for you, and I've created a guide to help you understand the most common things that keep us stuck and how to overcome them. So I will go ahead and link that here in the video or in the profile somewhere, but it is a free guide and it is the 5 biggest roadblocks to success and how to overcome them. So check that out, let me know. Say hey in the comments. I'd love to talk to you more, and I hope you have a great week.